读新闻学中文 Hello， 大家好，我是飞鱼。今天我们一起来读《纽约时报》中文网的这篇报道。从狂热到失控，中国体育粉丝饭圈化行为引发争议。先来看关键词：狂热
fervor, intense enthusiasm,
失控就是 out of control， 体育粉丝 sports fans， 饭圈化
fandom culture, the phenomenon where fan groups become highly organized and sometimes obsessive, often seen in entertainment, now spreading to sports.
引发争议
Sparked controversy, causing debate.
China's extreme fan culture makes Olympic gold a mixed blessing.
中国男子乒乓球队队长马龙周一返回北京后，在机场受到球迷们的欢迎。中国在巴黎奥运会上夺得了乒乓球男子团体金牌。一名获得金牌的跳水运动员的母亲说，她不敢让女儿回家，因为老家挤满了女儿的粉丝。一名游泳冠军住的酒店被崇拜者长期包围后，他解散了自己的官方粉丝团，并在接受采访时说，如果能清静一点，宁愿这次成绩没有那么优秀。获得金牌的跳水运动员
Gold medalist diver,
老家就是 hometown， 挤满了 swarmed with, crowded with， 游泳冠军 champion swimmer， 崇拜者 admire， 解散了
to shut down or dissolve,
官方粉丝团
official fan group,
宁愿怎么样就是 would rather prefer 怎么样。
A gold medalist diver's mother said she was afraid for her daughter to come home after their hometown was swarmed with her supporters. A champion swimmer whose hotel was staked out by admirers disbanded his official fan group and told an interviewer he would rather have performed worse if it meant he would be left alone.
还有些运动员在机场被人群追赶，或成为对立的粉丝阵营网上激烈争吵的话题，导致中国官媒谴责粉丝们明显具有攻击性。警方甚至拘留了至少2名涉嫌诽谤运动员的人。追赶就是 pursued by a crowd, hounded。 对立的粉丝阵营 opposing groups of fans。 拘留就是 detained, held in custody by the police。 涉嫌诽谤 alleged defaming，
accused of slandering.
Other athletes have been hounded by crowds at airports or been the subjects of vicious arguments online between rival fan camps, leading Chinese official media to denounce fans for being visibly aggressive. The police have even detained at least 2 people for allegedly defaming athletes.
中国运动员在巴黎奥运会上表现出色，获得了与美国并列第一的金牌数量，但他们现在正面临着这种成功的阴暗面，极端的粉丝。表现出色 excellent performance, perform well， 并列第一 tied for first, sharing the top position。 阴暗面
Darker side, negative aspects.
After a stellar run at the Paris Olympics, where China tied the United States for the most gold medals, Chinese athletes are now facing a darker side of that success: extreme fans.
全球的名人都面临有时带有侵袭性的粉丝，但这种现象在中国可能尤其严重。粉丝团体在购买他们的偶像为之代言的产品上不惜重金，为确保他们喜欢的偶像始终处于社交媒体热门榜首而使用自动程序，甚至对其他明星及其支持者发起骚扰活动。有些粉丝非法跟踪他们的偶像，出售他们的照片或个人信息。带有侵袭性的粉丝
Invasive fans, fans who are overly intrusive.
不惜重金
Spend lavishly, to spend a lot of money without hesitation.
代言
Endorsed, promoted by a celebrity.
骚扰活动
Harassment campaigns, organized efforts to disturb others.
非法跟踪
Stalk, to follow someone illegally and obsessively.
Celebrities globally have to deal with fans who are sometimes invasive, but in China, this phenomenon can be especially intense. Fan groups spend lavishly on products endorsed by their idols, deploy bots to ensure their favourites stay atop social media trending lists, and even mount harassment campaigns against other stars and their supporters. Some fans stalk their idols and sell their photos or personal information.
这种痴迷最初主要是针对演员和歌手们，但近年来已把运动员包括进来。痴迷就是 obsession。
An intense and often unhealthy focus.
At first, the obsession was directed mostly at actors and musicians, but in recent years it has turned to athletes too.
据中国媒体报道，在人口数千人的广东省的麦河村，每天有上千名游客涌来，他们来村里是为了看看全红婵的家什么样。现年17岁的全红婵在巴黎奥运会上赢得了2枚跳水金牌。涌来
Flooded with. Arrived in large numbers.
In southern China's Guangdong province, the village of Maihe, population a few thousand, has been flooded with over 1,000 visitors every day, according to Chinese media. They are there to see the home of Quan Hongchan, 17, who won 2 diving golds in Paris.
村干部们为容纳游客修建了停车场，他家门前的路上挤满了小吃摊贩。社交媒体上的视频显示，人们坐在路上铺的毯子上，与印有全红婵头像的横幅合影，给他家已经拉起了警戒线的房子拍照，警察就站在附近。小吃摊贩
Snack vendors. People selling food on the street.
横幅
Banners. Large signs with slogans or images.
拉起了警戒线。
Cordoned off. Set up a barrier or tape to restrict access.
Village officials have built parking lots to accommodate the visitors. Snack vendors have flooded the street in front of her house. Videos on social media show people sitting on blankets on the street, posing with banners showing Miss Kwan's face, and taking photos of a cordoned-off house as police officers stand nearby.
在一段登上了本周微博热门话题榜首的视频里，全红婵的母亲说不敢让女儿回家。话题榜首
Trending hashtags. The top topics on social media.
In a video that topped trending hashtags this week on Weibo, a platform similar to X, Miss Kwan's mother said she didn't dare let her daughter return home.
但不回家也没能让全红婵躲开人们的关注。在广泛流传的视频上可以看到，她从巴黎飞抵北京机场时被人群团团围住，人们凑近了给明显能感觉到不舒服的全红婵拍照，还有人将鲜花塞到她手中，团团围住
Crowded around. Surrounded closely by a group.
塞到她手中
Shoving into her hands. Forcefully putting something into someone's hands.
But staying away has done little to spare Miss Kwan the attention. When she arrived at a Beijing airport from Paris, people crowded around her, taking close-up photos of a visibly uncomfortable Miss Kwan or shoving flowers into her hands. Widely shared videos show.
其他运动员已试着用别的方式来躲避这种关注。在巴黎奥运会上，打破了自己保持的世界纪录的游泳运动员潘展乐已解散了他在微博上的唯一官方粉丝群。虽然没有说明这样做的原因，但他在接受央视采访时表示，对这种高度的关注肯定不开心。这些关注已导致大群的粉丝们围着他住的酒店不走。解散粉丝群
Shut down his fan group. To dissolve his only official fan account.
Other athletes have tried other ways to fend off the spotlight. Pan Zhanle, a swimmer who broke his own world record in Paris, shut down his only official fan account on Weibo. He did not give a reason for doing so, but in an interview with China's state broadcaster, he said he was definitely not happy about the heightened attention, which had led mobs of fans to stake out his hotel.
其实我还是我自己，他说，我宁愿这次成绩没有那么优秀，我接下来能够继续安心的努力训练。再一次，宁愿就是 would rather prefer。
I'm still just myself, he said. I'd rather not have performed so well this time, so in the future I could continue training in peace.
也许最极端的粉丝失控例子就出现在本届奥运会期间，2名中国选手在乒乓球女子单打决赛中对决时，输掉比赛的孙颖莎的粉丝在网上恶意攻击她的对手陈梦。在巴黎观看比赛的中国粉丝们也对陈梦报以嘘声。恶毒攻击
Viciously attacked, harshly and aggressively criticized.
Perhaps the most extreme example of fandom gone awry occurred during the Games, when 2 Chinese players faced off in the women's table tennis final. Fans of Sun Yingsha, who lost the match, viciously attacked the other player, Chen Meng, online. In Paris, Chinese fans also booed Miss Chen.
官方媒体很快指责极端的粉丝让中国体育蒙羞。中共喉舌《人民日报》在一篇评论文章中指责一些粉丝丢失理性。蒙羞
Bringing shame, causing disgrace.
喉舌
Mouthpiece. Official voice or representative.
State media quickly accused extreme fans of bringing shame to Chinese sports. A commentary in People's Daily, the Communist Party's mouthpiece, accused some fans of losing their rationality.
陈梦左和孙颖莎在巴黎奥运会乒乓球女子单打决赛上，中国球迷曾在比赛间向陈梦发出嘘声。接受中国媒体采访的专家们说，体育领域的极端粉丝现象可能反映了运动员作为有市场价值的明星的地位上升，但专家们猜测，也有粉丝们感到孤独，想要抱团的原因，粉丝中许多都是年轻人。抱团
Seeking community. Banding together for support or companionship.
Experts interviewed by Chinese media said that the emergence of extreme fandom in sports was likely a reflection of the rising status of athletes as marketable stars. But they have also speculated that fans, many of them young, are lonely and seeking community.
中国人民大学经济学家张楠因今年早些时候在中共小报《环球时报》英文版上写道，中国的经济快速发展和城市化创造了原子化社会的新一代。张教授写道，粉丝文化让他们能填补互联网时代的空虚感。填补空虚感
Fill the void. Addressing feelings of emptiness or loneliness.
Jiang Nan, an economist at Renmin University in Beijing, wrote in the Global Times, a party tabloid, earlier this year that China's rapid economic development and urbanization had created a new generation of atomized individuals. In the internet era, Professor Jiang wrote, fan culture allows them to fill the void.
如果说中国的粉丝群体更狂热的话，他们面临的后果也更严重。这是因为政府严格控制言论，对任何被视为可能威胁社会稳定的东西保持警惕。近年来，中央政府已向其所称的饭圈文化宣战，指责这种文化毒害年轻人。向饭圈文化宣战
Declared war on fandom culture. Launched a campaign against obsessive fan communities.
If the fandoms are more intense in China, the consequences can be too, given the government's controls over speech and wariness of any perceived threats to social stability. For several years, the central government has declared war on what it calls toxic fandom, which it accuses of leading young people astray.
中国社交媒体平台已在最近几天宣布，删除了数万条帖子，封禁了数百个煽动冲突的账号。煽动冲突
Inciting conflict. Provoking disputes or tension.
In recent days, Chinese social media platforms have said they removed tens of thousands of posts and banned hundreds of accounts for inciting conflict.
在有关乒乓球女单决赛的争议发生3天后的8月6日，北京警方宣布已将一名29岁的女子刑事拘留，原因是涉嫌在网上恶意捏造运动员和教练员的信息。广州警方周二宣布已将一名38岁的女子刑事拘留， 罪名是诋毁中国国家队运动员和教练员。刑事拘留
Criminal detention. Being held by the police on criminal charges.
On Aug 6, 3 days after the table tennis controversy, the police in Beijing announced that they had detained a 29-year-old woman for maliciously fabricating information about athletes and coaches online. The police in the city of Guangzhou said on Tuesday they had also detained a 38-year-old woman for slandering national team athletes and coaches.
这些刑事拘留也许会对粉丝构成威胁，让他们不敢直接攻击不喜欢的明星，但几乎没有迹象表明其他形式的追星行为正在消退。没有迹象。
Little sign. No clear indication.
The arrests may scare fans away from outright attacking rival stars. But there is little sign that other forms of star chasing are fading.
社交媒体上周三流传的一则消息是，跳水运动员全红婵的家人为躲避村里的喧嚣，已搬进一个偏僻的果园。喧嚣
Hubbub. Loud and chaotic environment.
偏僻的
Remote. Secluded or far away from populated areas.
On Wednesday, reports circulated on social media that the family of Miss Kwon, the diver, was living in a remote orchard to avoid the hubbub in their village.
这条信息很快成了微博上的热门话题之一。热门话题
Trending topic. Widely discussed subject on social media.
It quickly became one of Weibo's top trending topics.